course, I wish that your book really does get the exposure that it deserves. So what inspired you to write this book and this book, and tell us a little bit about your journey towards writing it? What inspired you, and what's in it? What's the content, bro?
Yeah, you are a big inspiration, Harry. You know, I was talking to you about I've been wanting to write a book forever, and this one kind of fell upon me, right? Like I almost didn't choose to write it. It was kind of like I had all this information. Well, as you know, whenever you start exploring health ideas yourself, people naturally latch onto that vibration. You know, they naturally start asking you just questions, and I found myself repeating myself all the time, the same things over. So one day I was like, I'm just going to write it in a book. And so for people that don't know, let me grab it. It's called Piss and Paint Thinner.
I love the title. That's a really awesome, amazing title, like for real. Because that's a curious one. People are like, because it's kind of a joke, the piss term, isn't it? But it's not really, because we know it's so powerful. But then the paint thinner too is also a joke, because that's what
like,
they
what
say is bad about it. Like they say it's bad to that. Like,
for sure. And it says an uncomfortable look at health protocols, because if you actually when you get the book, you'll realize that urine therapy and turpentine actually have kind of not little to do with the book, but well, I'll explain. Let me read something real quick. There's the whole reason I titled the book that way was I said, Piss and Paint Thinner is a title worth an explanation. Certain ideas can seem absurd if you are not properly informed about them, or if you are highly informed by the propaganda against them. Right? So I say, you know, you would think that a mentally unstable person would say that they drink piss and paint thinner. But if a person said that they ingest plasma ultrafiltrate and the natural gum spirits of the great pine tree, you would think that was from an ancient guru, right?
Right. Yeah.
So the reason for the book, because turpentine and urine therapy are just actually small sections in the book. That was just to. This is almost a coffee table book, right? I wanted people to see it and be like, "What the hell is that?" You know, you just kind of pick it up and kind of incite them to maybe to realize that their perception might not be correct, you know, on these things. So I would say the book is, my favorite parts of the book are the poetic philosophical parts. It kind of explains why all these things are happening, and then I go through. I sent you the table of contents. You know, I go through everything from coffee enemas, which that was highly inspired by the Gerson therapy. I do those almost daily, multiple times, and you know, then the last chapter in the book, I go into lucid dreaming and why lucid dreaming is and I've been messing around with that since high school, and so this book is kind of just a compilation of different health protocols that you might not see as being health protocols.
Right.
And
especially if they're mainstream, especially for the mainstream. I mean, if they're in our Facebook communities, a lot of them will understand, but then I think your book is also for everyone. So I like the fact that you've done it like in a title for people that are mainstream. They're going to be like, oh, what the hell? But also, really, it's also for us lot too, because I'm keen to buy. I will buy it. I'm going to buy it next few days. But I'm keen to read it because it's got information there that even myself, I know about these protocols, but I'm interested to see your version of what benefits you got from them and your take of it, because I can always learn more about the things that I'm probably doing. Most of the things that you wrote in the book, I am actually doing most of them, but I can learn so much from you. So it's for everyone. It's not just for the community too, as well as normal people.
100%. And I'm glad you said that, because that's kind of my intention was, most of our, because I kind of get tunnel vision sometimes, and I think that the world is our little health community on Facebook, but it's not, you know? And so I would like everyone in our health community to have this book, but mainly to set on their coffee table for their buddies to pick up and be like, because it really is more to crack the egg open for the people that aren't keen to these ideas. So
Yeah,
So
and that
yeah,
will do a great job on that. I know it will. The title, and like you said, your favorite bit is actually just telling people about how brainwashed we've been and be open-minded. So
yeah, 100%. Because I mean, I get it. And as I'm not very comfortable talking with everybody, I find myself being more comfortable with the people that legitimately come to me, you know.
mm,
uh, that's where it's at. And sometimes, I mean, most of the time people are still like, wait a minute, what, urine therapy? You know, they're still like flipped out about it. And I do get uncomfortable a little bit, you know, expressing my, because then they're like, wait, you do that?
yeah, you
And I'm
drink the
like,
piss. Yo,
yeah.
no.
Exactly. So, and you know, and I iterate this in the book multiple times. I'm not a dogmatic person. I
Mm,
mean, I mean, I'm a vegan, I guess you'd call it, but I don't um, advocate that necessarily in the book. I just tell you why fruits and vegetables are healing. You
yeah.
know, I'm not necessarily like trying to push anything dogmatic, because my perception has changed constantly.
Mm,
So I like to keep an open ship going. And I say things like turpentine, right? I do think that is an extreme protocol. I do think it's extreme, and
mm,
I iterate that. But there's a place for it. And
mm,
whereas now, you know, people hear that, they instantly think poison, because we've been told poison, poison. But
mm.
I say it is an extreme protocol, but is it as extreme as allowing parasites to thrive in your body? Probably not.
Yeah. No, yeah. And the way I look at that too